Hey guys, so Shane here from Laser Mobile, and in this video I will be comparing the Samsung Galaxy S5 and the HTC One M8, two top Android flagships. Let's get started. So to start off with design, the Samsung Galaxy S5 has a kind of leather feeling back with dimples in it for more grip. This device has curved sides that have a fake aluminum side, which is really just painted plastic. Now, the Samsung Galaxy S5 does not look like a premium device or feel like one either. However, it does feel grippy, and which is a plus because you won't be dropping this device as much as the HTC One M8. And as well, this allows you to have a removable back and a removable battery. Now, the HTC One M8 has a beautiful aluminum unibody design that everyone knows about. In this model, it's the brushed gunmetal gray version, and this is my favorite model. The aluminum looks beautiful, and it seems like HTC really put a lot of time into the design. Now, HTC clearly wins this because the HTC One M8's design is unrivaled on the smartphone market. Now, when it comes to hardware, the Samsung Galaxy S5 has a 5.1-inch 1920 by 1080p display with 432 ppi. And all the ports on the device are covered, and you have to seal the back cover completely or it will give you a notification because the device is IP67 certified for dust and water resistance. Now this means that it can go up to 1.5 meters below water for up to 30 minutes. However, I have a video explaining this, and I'll link that right here because I really don't think it's fully waterproof. Now, it also has micro SD cards, expandable storage up to 64 gigabytes, and it comes in 1632 and 64 gigabyte versions. It has a fingerprint scanner in the home button, and under the flash, there's a heart rate sensor. I'll talk about those later. Let's get to HTC's. Now, the HTC One M8 has a 5-inch 1920 by 1080p display with 440 ppi. This device is not IP67 certified, however, it's IPX3 certified, which means you can let it go in the rain and it'll be fine. Now, HTC did add a micro SD card expandable storage in the new One M8, which was a complaint about the original one. Now this is expandable up to 128 gigabytes, and the device has 16 and 32 gigabytes of storage. Now the HTC One M8 also has the dual cameras, which is a hardware feature. However, I will talk about that in the camera section of this comparison. Now, the fingerprint scanner on the Samsung Galaxy S5 is very accurate. It's not quite as accurate as something like the iPhone 5S, nor it's comfortable to use. However, it has more benefits, such as being able to buy stuff on PayPal using your fingerprint. The heart rate sensor on the back is also very accurate. I have a video on my channel overviewing both of those features, so you can go check that out. Now, when it comes to specs on these two devices, the Samsung Galaxy S5 has this version at least, has a 1.3 GHz and 1.8 GHz processor. Both of these are quad-core, and the chip is an Exynos chip, giving this an octa-core processor with 3.1 GHz. It has 2 GB of RAM and Adreno 330 GPU. While the American version has a Snapdragon 801 processor with 2.5 GHz quad-core processor, 2 GB of RAM and Adreno 330 GPU. The HTC One M8 has a Snapdragon 801 processor with 2.2 GHz quad-core processor, 2 GB of RAM and Adreno 330 GPU. Now, my specific version of the Galaxy S5 performs slightly faster than the HTC One M8. I can talk about the other one because I've never used it. However, it seems as if it would perform on par with the HTC One M8 as they both run the same chip and same amount of RAM. So both these perform great. There's really no noticeable difference between the two devices. The only time you notice the difference is when it comes to a benchmark. When it comes to camera, The Galaxy S5 has a great camera, and the HTC's does not have a great megapixel camera. However, it makes up for this in features and just overall software. Now, Samsung Galaxy S5 has a 16 megapixel camera with autofocus that can focus in 0.3 seconds. Now, this is one of the best cameras I've seen on a phone. It can shoot beautiful pictures. However, they don't look amazing, but when you zoom in, they barely lose any of the resolution. This is due to the 16 megapixel resolution of the camera on the Galaxy S5. Now, the HTC One M8 has a 4 megapixel ultra pixel camera with dual camera capabilities. This means that you can change the focus after the shot has been taken, which is a very useful feature. You can also do stuff like change foreground, background, and some cool 3D stuff. However, U-focus is really the main feature of this extra camera. Another thing is HTC has HTC Zoe, which is a very useful feature that everyone knows about. It hasn't really changed from the HTC One. However, now you can either take a single photo or videos up to 20 seconds with Zoe instead of just the standard 3-second one. Now, both of these cameras are great, and the Samsung Galaxy S5 can also shoot in 4K, which is an added feature. But I think Samsung's is slightly better just due to the higher resolution. However, if you're really into video and media, I choose the HTC One M8 because due to the boom sound speakers, which enhance the video quality, plus being able to use the gallery features to create highlight videos, I believe that the HTC's overall video editing capabilities are amazing. When it comes to software, I personally prefer HTC Sense. Samsung is running TouchWiz, and HTC's new iteration of Sense upgrades BlinkFeed from last year and really just fixes everything that we did not like about Sense last year. The App Drawer is still the same, and it's my favorite app drawer on Android by a long shot. And BlinkFeed's a very useful feature now. I really do like it, and it has a full-on scrolling thing like a web page, and it's just one of my favorite features on the One M8. Now, the Samsung Galaxy S5 has their My Magazine. However, this doesn't really work. It's very slow, lagging. It just can't compare to the HTC One M8's BlinkFeed. So overall, if you like a ton of features like gestures and stuff like that, I'd go for TouchWiz. However, most of you know what TouchWiz is, and most of you do not like it. Unless you can install a custom ROM like Nova Launcher or something on the Galaxy S5 due to its amazing specs, I would not recommend TouchWiz. Now, Sense, on the other hand, is my favorite Android skin, and I would recommend it to anybody. I just like it because of the cool design and the personalization with themes. Again, the themes are really cool. You can check out my video on this on my channel. Basically, it just allows you to change everything on the interface, colors and stuff like that. Now, there's also motion launch, which means you can double tap on the screen to wake it, swipe up to go to most recent apps, swipe down for voice calling, swipe right for your home screen, and swipe left for BlinkFeed. And the last one is if you hold the phone in portrait mode and press the volume plus button, it'll launch the camera just from the device being turned off. HTC just did a really good job with the software features on the One M8, and I really do appreciate all the effort they put into this. Now, when it comes to price and availability, both these devices are priced starting at $650 unlocked. They're available on all 4 U.S. carriers. And basically they all start for the same, so there's really nothing here that's any different. So overall, in my opinion, I personally prefer the HTC One M8, but I'm not telling you should buy it. I just think that you should watch this video and make your own decision, because I don't want to come across that I just personally prefer the HTC One M8 because of Sense. However, you guys can make your own decision, and thanks for watching, guys. If you like the video, please like and subscribe down below. Much more content on both these devices. Thanks for watching.